When I got outside, I felt the brightness of the winter's sunlight reflected off the snow. Listen up, Tokita.
何かしら?
She's still keeping up that same calm tone. I don't remember asking you to be Saijo's servant. Whiskey? Are you kidding me? What are you going to do next? Pour it for him?
まあまあ、ザイさん。ユキには考えがあってのことだと。
No doubt she does. That's why I kept quiet through it all. But this is the limit. Tokita nodded, satisfied.
アザイさんは冷静ね。冷静だけど、いろいろなストレスを抱えているみたいね。
Oh, I'd say you're the biggest source of the stress. For God's sake, Usami alone was bad enough.
でも、西条のストレスの比ではないわね。あれは難物だわ。
If you think the job's too difficult, you can just walk away.
無理じゃないわ。今のところ順調だもの。
Well? I somehow doubt that. You finally mentioned figure skating, yet you backed off immediately thereafter. Why?
そうっすね。自分も傍から見て会話の流れが良くなってきたなと思ったんだけど。
Tokita shook her head.
いいえ。あそこで質問攻めにしたら、それこそ終わっていたわ。彼はフィギュアスケートという言葉に高いストレス反応を示していた。
Stress response?
ごめんなさいね。変な言葉使って。要するに、そう。聞かれたくない内容なのよ。
But you can't avoid the question, can you?
あのタイミングではダメなの。告白するのにもムードってものがあるでしょ。まず仲良くなって電話番号を聞いておしゃれなレストランを予約してからじゃなきゃ。
Get close? To Saijo? Look, I'm starting to get fed up with this woman. What's the point of getting close to a little shit like him?
彼のタイプから考えるにそれが一番有効なの。彼は自分のことを理解してくれる人が大好きなの。
I mean, sure, I'll bet no one's ever taken the punk seriously before, but still.
じれったい?
Of course, Kanon will be on the ice tomorrow. There's no time to play around.
本来なら彼のような人間を操るのは簡単なんだけれどね。お友達になってあげればいいんだから。でもあなた方が理不尽な暴力を振るったものだから殻にこもっているの。最初は無理かなとも思ったのよ。私の方がたくさん喋っていたでしょ。正直最悪の状態だったわ。
Don't tell me you actually plan to leave.
ええ。彼が唇の端を舌で舐めなければね。
What? I mean, I noticed it too, but...
それで分かったのだけれど、彼は口では大きなことを言うけれど、本当は怯えている。暴力の恐怖から身の安全を求めている。
I don't put much stock in junk like that, being able to read people's minds through body language or whatever. You know, like how crossing one's arms is a sign of rejection.
ええ、よく知られてるわね。
For all you know, it was a tick, and some of these punks will try to mislead you with things like that.
そうね。でも、西条が何度唇を舐めたか見ていた？
I don't know, twice maybe?
4回よ。
She spoke with absolute confidence.
もちろんあなたの言う通り、たった一つの反応で決めつけてはいけないわ。ボディーランゲージはもちろん、声の調子、使われた言葉、目線を合わせるのか、そらすのか。さまざまな反応の細い糸を、全体像を想像しながら紡ぎ上げていくの。しかも、同じ刺激に対して同じ反応を示すものでなくては意味がない。西条が唇を舐めたのは、私が救いたいだの、解放の道だのと、安全を示唆するような言葉を使った時だったわ。
I still shook my head vaguely. I understand that you've been observing Saijo closely. Still, I think just about anyone would be able to figure out that he's seeking help. There's no such thing as a person who doesn't want to escape from Yakuza torture.
そうね。
She flashed a bewitching smile again.
彼は今まで 喋ったが最後、殺されると思っているから喋らなかったの。
That's the impression I had too. And there, though, you mentioned something about loyalty to Maou. That was just a lie to smooth over his ego, right?
半分は本当ね。自分をよく思いたいし、他人にもよく見せたいの。なんとなく古代妄想の毛があるんじゃないかと睨んでるんだけど、どうなの？
Sounds about right to me. He created a political interest group, if you could call something that small a group.
なるほど。ますます利用されやすいタイプね。
Tokita crossed her arms and made a reserved smile.
時間を置きましょう。
Fine. When do you want to meet back here?
そうね。せめて明日の昼までは。
What?
彼をじらすのよ。唯一の理解者である私の再来を今か今かと思わせるの。
We don't have that kind of time.
嫌ならいいわ。拷問を再開したらどう？私は別に何も困らない。でもあなたには責任があるでしょ？
This woman's even worse than Saijo. Talk about out of the frying pan and into the fire. If you leave and don't come back until tomorrow afternoon, the guy is gonna hate you, won't he?
怒るでしょうね。その分私と再会した時に振り子みたいに心が大きく揺れるわ。
What am I supposed to do? Horrible left things to me, so if Saijo doesn't confess, I'll have to take responsibility.
じゃあこうしない？京介くん。
She used my given name. Compared to her expression while talking to Saijo, she had a teasing smile on her face.
もし私が失敗したら、あなたの代わりに私が組長のところにでも行って頭を下げてあげる。
Don't underestimate me, woman. I glared at her. This is my job.
どうするの？
Alright then, we'll give it a try.
ありがとう。あなたとは気が合いそうだわ。
Damn it, I've completely fallen into a trap.
最後に一つだけ。
What?
明日の昼までの間、彼に危害を加えないこと。食事もきちんと取らせること。そうしないと、私が嘘つきになってしまって、彼との信頼関係が崩れるわ。私の指図一つで暴力団がおとなしくなったと、彼に信じさせる意味でも、拷問は絶対禁止よ。
Fine. I agreed, though just barely.
それじゃあ、明日の昼頃に、またこの辺で会いましょう。
Can you give me your contact info? Tokita happily agreed and we exchanged phone numbers. And Usami escaped just now, didn't she?
春、行くわよ。あなたにはたっぷりとお礼を。
She's already gone.
あれ？
Usami seems to have disappeared.
逃げたな。
Just what kind of relationship do these two share? Kanon came home while I was working. The night was no longer young and snowflakes were furiously dancing outside my monstrous windows.
寒いよ、兄さん。
Don't glomp on me so tightly.
ねえ、お風呂一緒入ろうよ。髪洗って。
That sounds like a good idea. She tugged on my sleeve firmly. How many times have I told you this, huh? Don't act so spoiled.
だって明日から本番だもん。構ってほしいんだもん。
What, are you nervous?
うん、そわそわしてるだけ。
I'm pretty sure nervous is the word for that, Kanon.
違うな。のんちゃんはあんま緊張しないんだよ。これは何か不吉な予感だな。
What do you want me to do?
兄さんがギュッてしてくれればなんとかなる。
Stop this, I'm serious. After taking off her coat and washing up, Kanon suddenly became polite.
兄さん、大事なお話があります。 本当に大事なお話です。
What? I have a bad feeling about this.
これを言うために兄さんの家に居座っていたのだ。でもね、なんか言ったら兄さんにものすごく迷惑かけるような気がするの。
Kanon is trying to be considerate to me? Hesitance crept up on me the more I racked my brain, wondering what this could be about.
兄さん忙しいでしょ？
You are too.
そうなんだよ。 お互い余計なこと考えていたらいかんのですよ。
Despite sounding like a joke, her gaze was very serious.
だから言わないっていう手もあるんだけど、どうする？
What'll it be? Is this something I'm going to regret hearing?
そう。のんちゃん怖い。兄さんに嫌われたくない。
What the hell is going on here? Suddenly, as if possessed by a demon, I remembered the sensation last night when Kanon held me. I remembered the emotions. I remembered her sweet scent and her warmth. Wait, this isn't about, that, is it? I swallowed. My expression must be very stiff right now.
多分、そういう話だよ。
She shook her head in a lonely way. I see. I'm lost. I'm just sitting here, frowning, chewing my lip. I can't lie, I'm curious. I want to hear her out, but I feel like if I do, I'll never be able to turn back. I need to make this decision carefully. I'll avoid the subject, or I should listen to her. Let's listen to her. But is that really okay? Sure it is. I couldn't help but second guess myself. Kanon's expression told me that this conversation would be no joke. She desperately wants to convey her feelings to me. And besides, Kanon doesn't lie. If she said it's important, then it is. Still, should I really listen to her heart? It's what I need to do, or no, I can't. And of course, here I choose, it's what I need to do. Alright, I won't hesitate any longer. Talk to me, Kanon. Gazing at her, I leave these few short words.
ね、
Yes?
兄さんに守ってほしいなって。
Protect you?
つまり、ペアになってほしいの。
Partner? I suppose you are not talking about figure skating here.
兄さん、私のこと嫌い？
Can't say I do.
じゃあ、OK ってことだね。
I shake my head. You know, Kanon. She interrupted me, possibly fearing an outright refusal.
わかってるよ。兄さんがそういうことに興味ないってことくらい。
Honestly, I'm astonished that you do have an interest in things like that.
なんとあったの。自分でもびっくりなの。
I sighed deeply as my side fell down to the floor. In her heart, Kanon must be incredibly anxious, despite her leisurely attitude. Each one of my words must feel heavy to her. Well, I can't really take the moral high ground anymore by saying we are just brother and sister.
兄さんほどの悪がそんなこと言っちゃダメだね。
But I can't just up and see you in that light. Sure you
じゃあ
can.
これからだね。何事も。
Such optimism only showcases her anxiety. On the contrary, let me ask you a question. Why do you like me?
はて。
Answer me seriously. Focusing on skating for so long has stunted her ability to do other things, like uphold sincere heart-to-heart conversations.
兄さんは味方だから。
I'm on your side.
頼れそうだから。なんだかんだ優しいから。
There are more reliable people out there than you could ever want, Kanon. Take Igoko-san Kanon interrupted me a second time.
いや、兄さんしかいないの。コーチは、コーチだし。
Are you sure you aren't just lonely?
寂しいよ。
Her words fell like droplets.
でも、兄さんは好き。
She turned away from me, muttering. Huh? I was hung up on something. I remembered something as I stared at her childish profile. Hey, back when you were a kid. Nah, it's nothing. I was just thinking about how long we've known each other.
長いね。
When did we first meet?
兄さんが餓死仕掛けてた時。
Starved to death?
そうだよ。兄さんがこんな立派なマンションじゃなくて、すっごい古いアパートに住んでた時だね。
Right, that sure was a long time ago. The bath and toilet were in the same room. The walls were paper thin. There was barely enough room to move around in. It was pretty much the definition of Yankee. Gonzo bought it for me as a place to stay until I found a way to make a living. The Joker told me he'd buy me anything I needed, but I was way too scared to ask for anything big. As I look back, I can laugh at the situation. I mean, it's pretty funny if you think about it. There were cockroaches all over the place, foreigners next door sang karaoke every frickin' night. Ugh, and I almost forgot the bathtub. It was so filthy it felt more like I was washing it than vice versa. Oh, that place was god-awful.
かわいそうじゃない？
No, you gave it that name. I couldn't help but laugh.
懐かしいな。
Tell me about it.
あの時の兄さんと来たら尖ってたな。
Really?
うん。ご飯持ってった時覚えてる？
No, what happened?
いくらだってこうギロって睨むの。
There is no such thing as free lunch, you know.
結局200円渡してきた。いいって言ってるのに。
I had heard that you were Gonzo's daughter. I figured it would be bad to owe you of all people a favor. As we found ourselves drifting into tales of the past, the tension in the room around us began to melt. You were already skating by the time, right?
うん。余裕で勝ちまくってた。
Yes, you did. TV news teams came to my home to talk to me. You have no idea how much that annoyed me. People called me the brother of the genius skating girl. I just wanted to crawl under some rock and die. It may have been a command of Gonzo's that kept Kanon's complicated family situation largely unknown to the outside world.
兄さんのネクラなところは一生治んないんだろうね。
Shut up! I smiled bitterly.
やっぱいいな、兄さんは。
What?
兄さんだけはね、のんちゃんの味方でいてくれそう。
She wore a blissful, radiant smile.
兄さんも友達多そうに見えて、実は少ない人だろうけど、
Of all the...
のんちゃんだけは大好きだよ。
Kanon's gentle voice flows into my ears. Her breath tickles and massages me, and my strengthless knees cause my feet to stagger.
どうしたの？
Well, is it cold in here to you?
全然。
Come on, it's freezing in here. Wait, I'm feeling dizzy and my heart's racing.
それ恋だよ。
It's the flu, you idiot!
本当に？
She put her palm to my forehead nervously.
うわわ、40度くらいあるよ。
Please don't scare me like that.
兄さんいつも気張ってるからだよ。もうバカ。
Well, it is true that I didn't notice it until I relaxed. Hey, Kanon.
おかゆ作ればいいんだね。梅干しは入れる？
No, wait. I'm so damn cold. Can you sleep by yourself? I gave you the key to the room, right?
うん。どうしたの？
I'm going out. Bye.
ちょ。
She almost fell over when she grabbed my arm. She looked like a comedian.
なんで？
If you catch my sickness, all of Japan will hate me.
どこ行くの？
A hotel or something. No, hotels are too expensive. Heiji's palace is a possibility for the night, I suppose. Is it really supposed to say palace and not place? Maybe I can give that little prick the flu. He is an idiot though, so he probably won't catch it. Ugh! My vision suddenly went black and I was coated in the sensation that my body was floating in air. I opened my eyes. Kanon is gazing at me with an air of uneasiness.
わ、どうしよう。どうしよう。
The sound of Kanon stomping about on the floor fills my ears. Heavy steps echo in my skull.
ここはのんちゃんが温めるしかない。
My mind was swallowed by darkness after hearing these words. Kanon's chapter. Seems like we entered Kanon's route. My parched throat ached. The smell of sweat assaulted me. My back felt the soft caress of my bed, and my eyes opened to a familiar ceiling. I knock into something as I reach out my hand for water.
いで。
The texture of Kanon's hair greeted my hand as it fumbled around.
あ、兄さん起きた？
Kanon had been sleeping seated on the floor, laying her head and arms on the bed beside me. I suddenly understood the situation. I'm so sorry! I leaped out of bed and checked the time. You have to be at this short program today, right? Even so, Kanon only made a lazy, absent-minded sound.
うん。今から行くよ。
Are you going to be late?
集合時間には遅れてるけど、まあなんとかする。
It'll work out, but it's the Grand Prix finals. Tons of really important people will be there, won't they?
のんちゃんは人気者だから、みんな多めに見てくれる。
I'm sure they'd have their hands full trying to lecture someone that arrogant anyway. She had gone out and bought me a water bottle and some aspirin. Warmth from a hot water bag, which I know I didn't have here yesterday, seeps into my feet. The cold, wet towel on my forehead tells me that Kanon took care of me through the whole night. Alright, I'll drive you there.
ああ、いいよ。まだきついでしょ？
I'm fine, just get ready.
タクシー捕まえていくよ。
I said I'm fine.
だって兄さんいいの？のんちゃん乗せて車で会場乗り込んだら人に噂されるよ。
Shut your mouth and hurry it up.
じゃあわかった。ありがとう。
In truth, though, I should be the one to thank her.
この辺でいいよ。
I got out of the car and accompanied her the rest of the way.
よーし、今日もトップ取るぞ。
Kanon raised her arm in a lively manner despite staying up all night.
カノンちゃん
Ikuko-san was shouting to Kanon from the competitor's entrance. She rushed over to Kanon.
カノンちゃんどうしたの？ヒルトン先生も怒ってらっしゃるのよ。今日は世界連合の代表の方も見えられてて、カノンちゃんに会いたがってたのに。
うん。今から行くよ。
一体どうしたっていうの？カノンちゃん。何があったの？
I'm very, very sorry, Ikuko-san. The truth is... Kanon interrupted me.
なんだっていいでしょ。偉い人に挨拶とかめんどくさかっただけだよ。リンクの外でヘコヘコするなんて私の仕事じゃないよ。
Ikuko-san smiled wide.
カノンちゃん、ごめんなさい。そんなに嫌だった？
もういいよ。行こ
Hey, Kanon.
う。のんちゃんは嘘はついてない。
Kanon answered gravely. Indeed, it wasn't a lie. But that wasn't the problem. Kanon and Ikuko-san vanished into the arena before I had time to explain. Shit, I just got Kanon into so much trouble. I considered my options before being swallowed by waves of repentance.